Hey guys, welcome back to Faro Iron and Customs. By the time you're seeing this video, you'll realize there was not a Wednesday video this week. And what I was going to do for a Wednesday video was on the 4th. My intention was I had a customer that wanted a knife made, and I was going to make that knife on the 4th. Well, I had some problems with my forge. I couldn't get it to fire up. Actually, what I found out was it has this old fire pot, which, the best to my knowledge, it looks like it's probably a drum brake, probably off of an old John Deere tractor, maybe something else. I'm not that knowledgeable. It's definitely before, you know, older than my tractor if it came off a John Deere. And what I found out was the refractory had cracked and it was letting the air out of the big hole that has rotted in the back of the forge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart. And I have another fire pot over here that I'm going to use. It's got some problems. I'm going to check the other inlet and see if I can change that clinker breaker out. As bad a shape as it's in, I'm not sure that I can get it apart though. So anyway, we're going to get into this and start taking this, cutting this old forge up. What my intention is to use the stand off of the old forge and this table. And what I want to do is I'm going to try to see if this piece of steel is solid enough to move up, and we'll just fill in this area to use for the floor of the new forge for the new fire pot to go in. And I have to make, we're going to make what they call a super sucker side draft it's a side draft hood for the forge. So we're about to get into all this and let's see where we go. Kill lumber. Okay guys, I didn't do any recording yesterday, but what I have done is I cut the platform off the front of the forge, and I cut the bottom out of the forge, and I have cut it to use as much material as possible to mount the fire pot in. As you can see, it dips down and it needs to be made to where it will dip. So what I'm going to do is I've got just a little more shaping to do. As you can see, it doesn't come right to the corner there, so I'm gonna have to cut a little more out, and it's also right there. And then I'm gonna take and lay a piece across it to get it level back up. And we're gonna get into trying to get this as much done on the actual forge today as possible. Tomorrow's Friday. I got to end the shop Friday. I want to work on the car tomorrow night. I'm hoping it's a whole lot cooler. Yesterday it was, one of the areas I drove through yesterday said it was 103 degrees on the thermometer on my van. So it is a smoking week again this week in Carolina. So we're going to get into this. Alright guys, I didn't get far the other day. I had to stop and go help Glenn with something on his little mini truck. Some wiring on the valve block he's changing out from water valves to a valve block, and you know, he's got it running, tested out, and really likes the results. So we may do a video on that. I didn't have a Friday night video this week. Just there was so much going on in this forge project, and it being over 100 nearly every day. So I've got this started. All I've done, and I've got a huge mess from this forge, is I've got an old load backrest that I took off a forklift that was damaged years ago, and I'm using the slats out of it to do the surround on the forge. We'll go and get that done, and we'll come back and we'll talk about what we got to do to fill in these places. I want to get the forge done today. I want to get the hood done today. We've got an 80% chance, 70% chance, I can't even talk, 70% chance of rain today. So Maggie and I are going to get into it. Maggie's trying to clean the floor. Maggie, you're going to get dirty. That's cold dirt dust. White dogs. White dogs. Okay, anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, I don't know how much further I'm going to get today. I'm going to try to finish the forge table. Today I've got to do a piece around the front right there on that corner. I know you can't see it because I got stuff all over everywhere. So it stops there. I need to finish this. This whole area is going to be where Cole will be able to sit in here. From here back is going to be the blower. So I've got this side roughed in. I've still got some more welding to weld up these cracks. I don't want any, it probably wouldn't matter, but I'm going to try to get that solid. I got to finish this side. I want to try to get that done today. This is rough chopped out. I took and cut the piece out and then just scab welded it and cut back so I'd be able to lay something in the fire pot. So that's, I want to get the other side that far. So for metal in here, so far this is what I've used for metal. This was part of the old forge. This was part of the old forge. And this right here is that load backrest. I think I had earlier in the video, just off of a forklift, a damaged load backrest. This is the pieces I'm making to go under here for the extensions. Is just an old air compressor that rusted out. And that's the thing I'm going to tell y'all. I don't throw nothing away. I do not throw anything away. We're gonna, you know, if it's got a piece of metal I can use, I'm gonna keep it. This is gonna be here long after I'm gone. I'm not worried about having to buy new metal to do this with. Unless I have to have something to build the side draft forge hood, which is going to be a Super Sucker side draft forge hood. I don't think I'm going to have anything so far steel wise into this. I've already started cleaning out the corner over here, so hopefully in the next day or two we'll get this thing done. So I'm going to go take a little bit of a breather, grab a drink, cool down some, and get back out here and finish knocking this out. Alright guys, I'm going to cut the video there. We're going to do this part one, and in part two is going to be making the finishing up the welding table and doing the Super Sucker side draft for the forge, for the chimney. We'll that'll be in the next video. It is gotten very hot and humid today. I've actually made a pretty good amount of progress on this thing since this morning. I've still got a lot of work. Well, not a whole lot of work left to do to the table. Table's almost ready. The forge has got some repairs to be done to it. The forge pot's got some repairs to be done to it. So hopefully by next weekend I'll be making that knife that I was supposed to be making on the 4th. And we're going to have this coming Friday night, there'll be a Friday night in the shop. We're going to start working on doing the fender wells in Glenn's truck, and that's going to be 3 episodes. I think there'll be 3 Friday nights. The first 2 will be consecutive. Next Friday we're going to start working on the fender wells, and hopefully the following Friday we'll have the fender wells in, and then sometime later on, before we get too far in the year, we're going to build the cover for the chassis to cover up the 4-link and the chassis and all that. So stick around for that. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, this is turning out. This table looks pretty close now to what a forged table would have looked like back then. A matter of fact, I've seen several on different sites for sale or whatever, and this is very similar to what a forged table would have looked like, except for a forged table would have been cast iron. So anyway, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. Please remember that this channel is not all about cars. It's also about forging. That's my other passion, is forging and making musical instruments and all kinds of stuff. So like I said, thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all Friday.